Hello, my name is Jade Hall, and this is an informational video about the class I took at the University of Utah, International Tourism. In this video, I'm going to discuss the three main takeaways from this class. 1. How important it is to be eco-friendly and have sustainable practices while traveling. 2. How we can use social media to create awareness about sustainable tourism. And 3. How exploitation and sex trafficking is a huge problem in many countries today. Sustainable tourism is so important in keeping today's world healthy and thriving, but it isn't only good for the planet. It is also good for local communities, their economies, and our global resources. Ecotourism can be defined as tourism directed towards exotic, often threatened natural environments, especially to support conservation efforts and observe wildlife. Ecotourism has become a large part of the industry. However, it is important to do your research and learn how to pay attention to when a company has actually eco-friendly practices or are just selling you on the idea of being eco-friendly. We like to call this ethics versus eco-selling. According to the Journal of Travel Research, written by Pamela Wright, there are a few things to pay attention to when seeking out a truly ethical tourist company. It should encourage all-party recognition of the intrinsic values of the resources. It should involve education among all parties, local communities, government, non-government organizations, industry, and tourists before, during, and after the trip. It should provide first-hand, participatory, and enlightening experiences. It should involve acceptance of the resources on its own terms and in recognition of the limits, which involves supply-oriented management. It should not degrade their sources and should be developed in an environmentally sound manner. It should provide long-term benefits to their source, to the local community, and to the industry. Benefits may be conservation, scientific, social, cultural, or economic. Now that we know what to look for in regards to ethical, sustainable tourism, I will now talk about how we can use social media to encourage those around us and other travelers to make sustainable, conscious travel decisions. By using social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter, we can encourage those to use eco-friendly tourist companies. In this class, we practice writing blog posts about an eco-friendly tourist company in a specific area. By using this in the real world, we can inspire others to participate in eco-friendly travel experience as well. How can we use this in our jobs? There are many ways. For example, I am a videographer. I do wedding, commercial, social media, and small business videos. I also love to travel and create videos from the places I visit. If I encourage and promote eco-friendly tourist companies, then I can get others to follow me on social media platforms to do the same when they are traveling. To give a real-life example, in March of 2018, I traveled to Thailand. We really wanted to see and experience the elephants in Thailand, but we didn't want to give money to an unethical company. Instead, we found an eco-friendly tourist excursion that didn't let their visitors ride or harm the elephants. Instead, they rescued their elephants from companies that deforest the land and then kept them in a sanctuary in the jungle where they were well fed and taken care of. Most importantly, no tourists were allowed to ride the elephants. Billions of people across the globe use social media. If we all use these platforms to share eco-friendly tourist experiences, more and more people would be encouraged to do the same and educate themselves on the matter. Lastly, I would like to talk about what I learned in regards to sex trafficking, exploitation, and slave laboring, and how it seriously affects thousands of people in many countries across our planet. Many of these sex traffic victims in different countries are in the industry because of tourists. Tourists travel to foreign countries and engage in sexual activities with unwilling and willing prostitutes. In many countries, there are even children caught in the sex traffic industry. At least 20.9 million adults and children are bought and sold worldwide in commercial sexual servitude, forced labor, and bonded labor. About 2 million children are exploited every year in global commercial sex trade. 54% of trafficking victims are trafficked for sexual exploitation. Women and girls make up 96% of victims of trafficking for sexual exploitation. It is a very serious issue, and it is important that people are educated on how serious the matter is. The more people that are knowledgeable on these issues, the more reason the government of these countries and nonprofit organizations will take action. After all, we tourists should all do our part on bettering the practices of tourism, whether it be sustainable, eco-friendly wise, or in regards to the victims of sex trafficking. We should all do our part to be a global conscious citizen and take action to better our planet. By using social media, we can educate, encourage, and influence fellow tourists to better our planet and the communities in it.